Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, my juice little lads. Thank you, little lads. Oh, come on, little lads, shine bright. Oh, we having a party. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, yeah, got to keep an eye on the church, you know. The churches, do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies. Anyway, so it is now around 12:30 in the afternoon in our old England, my delicious little babies. It's rather chilly outside. It's very grey, so there's no sunshine. All yesterday evening it was peeing down with rain, absolutely bucketing down with rain, my delicious little babies. Okay, so there's no let up. It's dry at the moment, but I'm sure that it will get wetter and colder, my delicious little babies. Of course, you know, that's the state of the affairs, you know, in our old England, okay? Of course, you know, the weather could be different in other parts of old England. But wherever you are in the world, whether you are in England or whether you're anywhere else in the world, I hope that you're having the most super duper wonderful and delicious time wherever you are, and that the weather is better than our weather in old Brummyland, my delicious little babies. Now, so yeah, so there is a video. This uploader on YouTube happens to have 1.16 million subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? And it's called Invisible People. I prefer Mankind, my delicious little babies. You see, this is all about the deprogramming. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay. You know what they've called us to what we really are. Okay, my delicious little babies. So, and I've been spending, there we are, many years, there we are, doing this. Do you see what I mean, okay? Because we must learn to deprogram ourselves. Do you see what I mean, okay? Of course, you know, everybody does it, you know, at different times. You know, everybody has their pace. Some can go slow and some can move faster. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But for myself, yes, you know, I've been spending long time deprogramming myself, my delicious little babies, okay? And believe you me, there we are, it is a journey. And for anybody else out there, it is a journey, but we have to go through this. Do you see? There we are, we have to go through this, my delicious little babies, do you say? Anyway, this particular video, it was uploaded 3 weeks ago, and it's to do with, oh, God bless her, an elderly woman called Lydia. She's 78. Well, actually, that's still not old, but apparently, according to, you know what I mean, you know, 78 is old. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? When, of course, you know, you've got others that have been living for well over 100. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? I watch plenty. There we are, the videos on that, my delicious little babies, okay, around the world. Anyway, so, yes, what it is, she's been homeless, God bless her, for the past 40 years. Okay, it's not a long video, it's just over 5 minutes long, but please, my delicious little babies, just please take a little listen. Her name is Lydia, okay, and she's 78. And I'll repeat again, the video was uploaded 3 weeks ago on YouTube. So in the old space bar, my delicious little babies, should anybody happen to have any form of an interest, Invisible, that's the uploader, Invisible Space People, okay? Just really sad story at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? How, you know, little Lydia, God bless her, and, you know, thousands upon thousands of others, you know, found themselves very sadly, there we are, in that awful situation, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? That's why, for myself, I'm extremely, there we are, before I even say it again, I'll go all cold, you say. I'm extremely thankful and grateful, you know, that we have water, that we have food, that we have a roof over our head, you know, that, you know, because really, even though each and every one of us should naturally have this, do you know what I mean? There's many others, like I just said, you know, who are suffering really badly, and it's just such a shame. And please God, I hope that, you know, Lydia, the same as thousands of others, there we are, can receive, you know, some form of help, my delicious little babies. Now then, so before I go any further, I very sadly heard more sad news this morning, my delicious little babies, and it's a dear lady who lives up the road and round the corner from myself, my delicious little babies. Oh, God bless her. I was told by some of the neighbours, up, you know, well up the road there, God bless. They said, have you heard? And then they explained it to me. I said, no. I said, I didn't know. You know, because I actually know, you know, the dear couple, elderly couple, and I know their daughter anyway, you know, because my youngest beautiful baby daughter, because they're both so beautiful, well, they went to the same school. You know, the dear lady is very sadly passed away, you know, her dear little grandson, because she only has, they have a, you know, her dear self and a dear husband. They only had one daughter and one grandson. Do you see what I mean? Okay. Anyway, well, I heard, oh, God bless, the very sad news. So I did go up, actually. I went and rang the bell and knocked the door to see if the dear husband was there. I will be sending a sympathy card, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Okay. You know, to, you know, as a way of paying my respects. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay. I've actually handed out, this will be, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be the fourth, very sadly, sympathy card that I've handed out in the past year, my delicious little babies. In the space of months, just in the space of months, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, very sadly. Yeah, but there was no answer, so I can only assume that maybe her dear husband, the dear lady who's passed away, that her dear husband has probably gone to spend time with their lovely little daughter, bless you, see what I mean, and a lovely little grandson. But yeah, I'll put a card through anyway, I will, you know what I mean. It's just so sad. But of course, I kept having the little robin come in my garden. I mean, for most, when a little robin comes, it's lucky. Do you know what I mean? But whenever one's come to me for years, no, I'm always going to hear bad news. My delicious little babies. Apparently, the dear lady has passed away this week. I'm just wondering if it was around the 3rd. You know, when I said on another one of my videos that you know, all my beautiful little babies were acting very strange, you know what I mean? I'm wondering whether, I don't know, whether it was around that time, around the 3rd or something like that now then. Probably give or take that either that day or a day before or a day after or something. I'm just wondering, do you know what I mean? Anyway, because, you know, our beautiful little babies, like I said before, they can sense, there we are, they sense things, do you see what I mean, okay? You know, far more than most mankind. Anyway, my delicious little babies, so may the dear lady, God bless her, God bless you, beautiful dear little soul, my little lovely, that she rests in peace, okay? And her dear husband, always going to be lost without her. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, there's just, on my road, my delicious little babies, and just off, well, you know, this is, seems to be what there we are, very sadly, hearing and seeing my delicious little babies, unfortunately. Now then, very sad. May they all rest in peace. God bless them. Anyway, so that's the first video that I've just mentioned. Now then, the second one, my delicious little babies, is this is on YouTube again. This is only 5 minutes long, my delicious little babies, okay? So this uploader happens to have 47.8 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? In the old space bar in YouTube, my delicious little babies, big space brother space watch, okay? So it's Big Brother Watch, okay? My delicious little babies in older YouTube. And the video should read, government, yes, those putrid little creatures, okay, wants to spy on your bank account. We must stop them. Okay, my delicious little baby. So I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? government wants to spy on your bank account, we must stop them. Now, this will more than likely, my delicious, there we are, my little babies. This will more than likely just be a one-off, okay? Just came up on my feed. Yes, this is very interesting, and I'm ticking them off as I go along. Yes, this is very interesting, my delicious little babies, because you see, not only have we been effing, sorry, see, stumbling there, effing, slave and driven for all these decades, my delicious little babies, okay? But it seems that they're not happy with that, you see. Of course, we know that they're given, there we are, the orders. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes, or they're instructed to do something. But they're not happy with that, are they, my delicious little babies? You see, they just want to look in everybody's bank account. This is not just about anybody who's out of work. No, this is there we are, everybody. Okay, my delicious little babies, this is everything from multi-millionaires to, the mediocre to the poor. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? There we are, everybody. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes, okay. Now, when your man there was, because he'd interviewed a couple, not a couple as in a couple, you know what I mean? There was one woman, what was she, a secretary or something to do with our putrid governments? Anyway, she didn't want to speak to him for some strange reason, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? No, she didn't, because what he wanted to ask her was, because I can only assume that he's some form of a little journalist, okay? Well, what he wanted to ask her was, would she mind, if somebody looked into her bank account, but she didn't want to talk to him, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Strange that. Wonder why, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But the others, yeah, they had, especially the woman, she turned around and said, this other woman, she turned around and said, no, she does not want her bank account being spied on, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? So can you see there we are, what they're trying to do here, my delicious little babies? Do you see what I'm saying now? Yes, okay. So not only have they done what they've done with do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? Not to mention over the decades what they have done. But then on top of that then now, because, all different things go through in my noddle, my delicious little babies. Now, you just imagine now, and I want to bring this up, you just imagine, my delicious little babies, okay? So you could have, there we are, before I even say it, you could have somebody who, maybe they could be like a multimillionaire or something like that, or a millionaire, and but does not necessarily mean that they have family around them, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. So, of course, if they have, let's just say, do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And maybe they could live, there we are, as a recluse or on their own, my delicious little babies. Well, of course, what does that mean? Because if there's nobody to give the ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching to, my delicious little babies, well, where does it go? Well, in our old England, I'm not sure about anywhere else, my delicious little babies, because I haven't taken the time to go reading about it. But and I'm just being honest, my delicious little babies. But it usually goes straight to our putrid effing governments. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay. So then you could have somebody who's maybe bought their house, retired. You know what I mean? And everything, okay? Maybe doesn't have any family or anything like that now then, okay? Nobody to give anything to, Believe it or not, there are an awful lot of lonely man and woman out there. We are, man and woman out there. Do you see what I mean, okay? They just live in their little shell, bless them. That's just a figure of speech, my delicious little babies, but they live in their little shell. Do you see what I mean, okay? So they're probably, unless they go to the shops or something like that, they really keep themselves distanced away from everybody. I mean, that's not such a bad thing. But what I'm saying to you is that, say, for example, there's a situation like that, So they pass away, there's nobody to give the house to or the flat to. So where does it go? I'll repeat again. Straight back to our putrid governments. Do you follow, there we are, what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Can you see what, there we are, what this is about? As well as not wanting many of us on earth here anymore. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies? But of course, it is about getting as much ka-ching, 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 and land, there we are, as what they can. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Can you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, okay. So, you know, but plus the fact that, you know, they don't want to be paying out, you know, pensions and everything. You know, there's so many who, you know, God bless them, they've worked all their life. Well, very sadly, they do not live to collect their pensions. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? So can you see, there we are, how all of this rocks, there we are, rocks and rolls, my delicious little babies. Do you follow me? Please and thank you. So I just wanted to mention that to you. Do you see, got to keep a handle on it. Do you see what I mean? Okay. So there's that situation as well. But yes, it's a very bad idea to go spying in anybody's bank account, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Okay. So what they're trying to do, it's very clear, isn't it? They're trying to catch, you know, whoever else. I mean, I remember decades ago, you know, you used to have it decades ago where they used to, you know what I mean, spy on you. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? So they'd see if, I don't know, maybe if somebody was claiming the rock and roll, do you know what I mean? Then what they'd then do, probably go bricklaying or something, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? So they, you know, it's like, we're in the money, do you know what I mean? Ka-ching, ching, ching, you know. And then what's happening is that they've been followed around for about 6 months, my delicious little babies, without them knowing. Do you see what I mean? Okay. So that was going on. There we are, decades ago, my delicious little babies, okay? So what I feel is going on here, okay? So this is where everybody's got to be on the ball, okay? They must be, there we are, they must keep their eyes on the ball, okay? Because if they do not, okay, then these putrid, you know, the little lackeys, okay, well then they will get their way, okay? And believe you me, nobody is going to be liking this. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And again, this is all to do with, there we are, control, my delicious little babies. If you follow me, please and thank you. Do you see what I mean, okay? They need to control everything. Oh, I'd also heard, when was it, the other day? Were all of the cameras out in London, my delicious all the cameras. Oh, little baby brother, because as you all know, my delicious little babies, he always sends me a beautiful little quote and message. You know, we message each other, you know what I mean? And he's just put, thank you, Carly, you know what I mean? He's just put, you know, because I usually send him a great big heart. Do you know what I mean, okay? Anyway, oh, it's so beautiful, beautiful natured, my little baby brother. He really is, you know. Anyway, so, yeah, I'd heard, getting back to that now then, the matter in hand, that the cameras were out in London, my delicious little babies. Wonder what was going on there then. Why would all your cameras be out? I'd heard it the other day, and I just thought, oh, I wonder what's going on there now then. Because, I mean, you wouldn't just have all of the cameras out, would you, my delicious little babies? Because they're very good at, you know, like with these older ULEZ, there we are, ULEZ and everything, you know what I mean? Even as quick as they were putting them up, somebody was taking them down, my delicious little babies, okay, rightfully so. So they can clock somebody on the camera with ULEZ and everything, but what caused it for none of the cameras to be working, my delicious little babies? I'd say that I smell something, my delicious little babies. There we are. What are your thoughts? Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Seems rather odd to myself. But then again, it's clearly done by design. Do you see what I mean, okay? Usually planned, I'd say. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, it's called, you know, and we've heard that for decades as well, haven't we, my delicious little babies? You know, like where certain cameras were not working like in these, what do they call them? In like these great big shopping centres. You know, some call them shopping malls. Do you know what I mean? Like these great big massive shopping centres, yeah? And certain cameras just, for some unknown strange reason, just, you know, just didn't work at the time when they should have done, my delicious little babies. Do you follow me? Okay. Of course, you have the same thing, don't you? You know, like if there's been like robberies, you know, like in these shops, sometimes in jewellers' shops, you know, like for most of the time, it's genuine, you know what I mean? If somebody's going to try and rob, you know, I mean, that's gone on for flipping decades, do you know what I mean? But occasionally you probably have, there we are, what we call an inside job. Do you know what I mean? And then there we are, then of course, you know, when the old bill asks to see, you know, the cameras, well, it's just mysteriously been wiped or something, do you know what I mean? Or just not working at the time. Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies. Anyway. So that's that. So no, nobody would be liking having their bank accounts checked 24/7, my delicious little babies. So, you know, if somebody was doing a little bit of a side hustle, well, you know what I mean? You know, if they were being spied on, wouldn't be able to get away with it. Would they, my delicious little babies? Do you see what I mean? Okay? Food for thought. Anyway, my delicious little babies, now then, next one. So I mentioned this one months and months and months and months and months ago, but he's now popped back. There we are, up on my feed, my delicious little babies. And with anybody, by the way, not in that way, not in that way. Now, this one is in old YouTube again, my delicious little babies. With any of these videos, should you have any form of an interest, please and thank you. If you could please and thank you type in dumpster space Darwin, as in Darwin, space UK. Okay, my delicious little babies. So I'll just repeat it again. Dumpster Darwin UK. Okay, in old YouTube, spacebar. Okay, my delicious little babies. This uploader now happens to have 85.1 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. The video should read, so now we're going to tick this one off. Tipped off. Major supermarkets. Right, let me just repeat this again. Rewind and start again, okay? Tipped off, major supermarkets waste. So it's what they're getting rid of, okay, my delicious little babies. I had to go, okay? That's the uploader, okay? So what he's talking about, okay? Tipped off, major supermarkets, I had to go, okay? And it's all to do with the waste. Now, in our Brummyland, okay? Well, anyway, all over the country, okay? You've got a large shop called B&M, okay? I don't know. Let's just use it. Bertie and Matilda. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? I'm just thinking about, you know, just to say with B&M. So they sell all sorts of things. So they sell everything from cushions to throwovers to plates, knives, forks, spoons. They sell a lot of Christmas stuff, okay, my delicious little babies, you know, like bows and all sorts of different things, okay, pillows, you know, everything. They sell food, everything, my delicious little babies, okay, all under one roof, okay. Now then, and lights, they sell a lot of lights as well, little lights, okay, and lamps and things, candles and things like that, okay. So anyway, they do not usually have a waste disposal on their site, okay. So what happens is these lorries come and collect all of the stuff that they no longer want in B&M, okay, and then they load it onto the lorries. Now there's two places. Well, I've learnt something new, my delicious babies, because I never knew this myself. Even though I've advertised your man here now many months, it must be over a year and a half ago now that I'd advertised him, okay. Well, there's two places. One is in Liverpool. Yeah, a lot goes on in Liverpool, my delicious little babies, okay. And of course the other one is in Bedford, you know, Bedford, and this is all in England, My Delicious Little Babies, okay? So they're the two sites. So these lorries then unload into these great big bins, okay? My Delicious Little Babies, okay? Then what your man here does, this dumpster, sorry, this dumpster man now, okay, your man there, the uploader, what he does, he goes around and takes things out, okay? My Delicious Little Babies, anything that you can use, okay? So what he does, he gives, what did he say, some to charity? My Delicious Little Babies, yes, okay. I've always believed there we are, charity begins at home myself. Anyway, unless you give it to somebody who you really want to give something to, whether it be clothes, shoes, trainers, anything like that, do you know what I mean? If you can help somebody else, or in some cases food, you know what I mean? But I believe in looking after your nearest first, you know what I mean, as well as yourself. My Delicious Little Babies, not the charities. Anyway, but for this man there now, he feels he's doing a good deed. And, and of course with some things, you can advertise on eBay, probably fetch a few quid. Do you see what I mean? My Delicious Little Babies. But he enjoys what he does. Let's just draw that line. So anyway, My Delicious Little Babies, that's a large site, isn't it? I don't normally advertise it, but it is pretty good actually for some stuff actually. Anyway, but of course they've too been in the spotlight, haven't they, My Delicious Little Babies, from time to time. There we are. Okay, My Delicious Little Babies. Anyway, same as PayPal. Anyway, My Delicious Little Babies. So, he was really pulling out some stuff. Now, what it was, and what's really important here, My Delicious Little Babies, is to look at the comments. It's very, very interesting when you read some of the comments, My Delicious Little Babies, which, of course, for myself, I never read a lot, okay? I've just been honest. And I'm the same with any video, really. Do you know what I mean? I do not read a lot of them, okay, as such, okay? I'll just, just have a little, look here and there. Anyway, it's interesting with the comments, what they had to say. And rightfully so. You had boxes and boxes. What were they? Caught my attention. My ears went ding. What they called Back to the Future cereal. My Delicious Little Babies. Back to the Future cereal. I've never heard of them personally, My Delicious Little Babies. Do you know what I mean? I haven't, honestly. I never heard of them. For most of yourselves, My Delicious Little Babies, you would have heard of them, but not for myself anyway. And then what else did they have? Weetabix, Shreddies, cornflakes, Kellogg's. I had lots of things, you know what I mean? And they just binned them all. My Delicious Little Babies. You should have seen what was there. Anyway, somebody had put in the comments, what was it? That's taking the pee. Like when ones have to go to food banks. Yes, My Delicious Little Babies. I already knew that. I was looking. But of course, I remember watching, I'm going back a lot of years ago now on the television, okay, at the time, okay. How many years ago now was that? Can't give you an exact, probably 15 years ago. And where I watched something like this, and what they used to do, these, man and woman now, they used to live in like little caravans, okay, My Delicious Little Babies, and what they used to do is at night time, and they've become really flipping, there we are, really skilled at this, My Delicious Little Babies, just like your man here now, do you see what I mean? And they wait until the food comes out, like at the supermarkets that they didn't want, and then what they then did is that they go and take their carrier bags and everything, plastic, My Delicious Little Babies, yeah, and they go, all you can see, like, is them in the bin, yeah, with their little bums, not like nude or anything, you know what I mean, and what it is, because they're leaning in the bin, aren't they, and all you can see is their little legs and their little bums up in the air, do you know what I mean, just, filling the bags, do you see what I mean, and what was really amazing, and that's going back all of those years ago now, My Delicious Little Babies, is that, the food that these supermarkets throw out, absolutely nothing wrong. Might have a tiny little bit of packaging or something, or, it could be slightly torn or something. Absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. They had like what was it? If they had a good night, they'd have about 5 or 6 days food there, no trouble at all. They never ever had to go out, swear down, my delicious little babies, and ever go to a supermarket and buy a meal. Never. They just get it all out these bins, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? And there was one chef, they actually went out and got him a load of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I forgot his name now. I could see his birth trace, but I forgot his name. He's got grey hair and a grey beard. Could be with slightly ginger. But I'm going back all those years ago. Anyway, he had a great big massive table, my delicious little babies, absolutely colossal. And for what they'd bought, you know, he was seeing what he could work with. Now, even up to, there was, what was it? There was mincemeat, my delicious little babies, mincemeat. And what was it? 5 days old. 5 days old, my delicious little babies. And do you know something? The chef said, he said, there's nothing wrong with this at all. And he'd even tried it, and he says he never had a bad tummy or anything. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, he cooked, honestly, he cooked flipping loads, okay? And he filled up this massive table, okay, with all the food that they brought out of these bins from the back of the supermarkets, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? And he said, look at all this food. Do you see what I mean? He said, and this is all waste when it could go to help others. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Because, to be honest with you, that even peed the chef off. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, it peed him off as well. Do you see what I mean? Yes. But yeah, they were really flipping skilled, professional at what they did. Do you know what I mean? Okay. And of course, they were very sure, there we are, never to get caught. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But no, they never ever had to buy anything. Look at that, my delicious little babies. And they lived in a little caravan. Do you know what I mean? So I should imagine it was very small outlay. They probably got themselves one of those gas, you know what I mean, to keep themselves warm and everything. Do you know what I mean? Okay. But really, I would say that there we are. That's easy living. That's what I would have said, my delicious little babies. And put it this way, if I had to do something like that now, then there we are. I would do it myself. Yes, I would. I tell you in the camera, my delicious little babies. Yes, I would. If I needed to feed my damn self now, yes, I would. Do you see what I mean? And I'm not ashamed to say that. And anyway, they've got nothing to be ashamed of anyway for doing that. Not at all. In fact, I would say it's pretty effing smart myself. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Of course, you know, we see a lot of smart things around, you know, that are not so smart. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway. So, yeah, so this is really interesting to watch. It's about, is it about 20 odd minutes long, my delicious little babies, yeah? But you should see everything that he gets out. There's another video that he's got on. There's lots of different videos, but there's another one, and it's to do with Parcel Force, you know, like post office in our old England, my delicious little babies. You know, like when they get rid of parcels, you know, that are damaged or something, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, he gets some fantastic stuff. You know, and he got a load of glasses. You know, these ones, he said, you know, there was probably only one broken in the whole of these boxes. So he's getting the boxes out, you know, putting them in his van, yes. Is it 5 or 6 squids, ching, 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 per glass? Because these glasses, some collect, they're collectibles, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's really interesting to watch, my delicious little babies. But look at that. Getting rid of all of that when it could help so many. Now, if I was him, you see, what I would have done, this is just myself. I do not know how he does things. I do know that he gives some stuff to the food banks and, like I said, the charities. Okay, my delicious babies. But for myself, if I had a van, you know, wheels, brum, brum, right, and I did something like that for a living, okay, what I would do is take it all, like, say to the nearest, like, little town centre, and I'd just stand there, open the van, you know what I mean? And just say, come on, come and take. That's what I'd do, my delicious little babies. I'd say, come on, have it. Do you see what I mean, okay? Because for myself, why shouldn't ones have, there we are, food, you know, like that for free? That's the way I see it, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? You know, so even, let's just say, miss the old food bank out, you know what I mean, and just stand outside because, you know, with some of these food banks, you know, well, it's the same everywhere, really. It's like the perks of the job, isn't it, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, if you work there, I'm not saying every food bank, of course, my delicious little babies. I happen to know this. Somebody told me there we are many years ago, my delicious little babies. And you know what? I wasn't surprised one bit. I was not surprised one bit. No. They tend to take what they want. Just like charity shops, my delicious little babies. You've already heard me talk about charity shops, you know what I mean, when I did a bit of voluntary. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, you know? When ones have been so kind to donate things now, do you know what I mean? And others, let's just say, like, there we are, have first refusal. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And some of that clobber now, there we are, was worth a pretty penny. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so just thought I'd mention all that. But yeah, it's really interesting to see my delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? Because, you know, as we do know with food banks, you know, you've got the middleman there as well, do you know what I mean, okay? Please always remember, you've got the controller. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Now, finally, then I'm going to be over and out, okay? So this is on BitChute, my delicious little babies, okay? And this uploader happens to have 162.2 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, so rather large. Search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies, okay? Band.video spacebar BitChute, and then you should have reached your destination, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? Under news and politics, the video should read: top scientist proves every major since 1992 purposely contains deadly. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? Top scientist proves every major since 1992 purposely contains deadly. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? So, and that's all the videos. Yeah, it's, she's, Dr. Judy, what's her name? Is it Mikovic? Anyway, I know her, she is anyway, a long time. Okay, my delicious little babies, yeah. And she was happening to, because they were talking about, what's his name? Peter McCullough. And she turned around, now I'm going to close my book. Okay, so we're going to move forward. Okay, so we're going to go forward today. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, yeah, they were talking about Peter McCullough, yeah. And Peter McCullough, she said she's got nothing against him. She says, you know, apart from his ego. Well, of course, this is what, there we are. I was done talking about a long time. Do you know what I mean? There's too many egos. We're seeing it every day of the damn week, you know what I mean? Okay? They need to one effing next in. Do you see what I mean? And of course, you know, they want to be here to, you know, I don't know, take some form of credit. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? So just put you on pause a moment. I'm sorry about that, my delicious little babies, okay? I've just had a little visitor, okay? He's just come through my window, okay? Oh, a beautiful little family live up the road, okay? And, yeah, she's just come through my bathroom window, okay? My delicious little babies. And I said, no. I said, you're going to have to come down, a little baby. I said, because I'm doing my video, okay? Yeah, she's just popped in to come and see us, you know. And sometimes she'll have something to eat, then she just pops back out again, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? Just as easy as that. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway. So, yeah, then I feed the other one, little Colonel Mustard, the little black and white little pussycat as well. So I feed him as well. My delicious baby's a cat. Oh, dear, anyway. Oh, it's one of those, isn't it? Oh, and I have this beautiful pure white. She's pure white. I do know her name, I'm not going to say. And, yeah, she comes to me as well. So I give her a bit of food as well, my delicious babies, because I know where they live. Do you see what I mean? I do not know where the little black and white pussycat lives, but I do know where the others live, you know, with their little families, yes. And yeah, she's pure white, this little one, and I do know her name. Do you know what I mean? So she waits at the top of the path, you know what I mean? Then she comes something to eat. I sort of go through years like that, you know. I may not, I'll see little pussycats, but they don't really come for nothing to eat. Then you'll get other years. You know, when I first moved in here, the first year and a half, on my wall outside, there was 8 pussycats that I was feeding my delicious little babies, including my little babies as well. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies and little foxes and everything. Do you see what I mean? And little birdies and squirrels. Do you see what I mean? Yes, and creatures great and small. Anyway, so I'll just finish with this. Yes, so sorry about that. Yeah, so Dr. Judy, yeah, she's absolutely banging correct. But I've noticed, you know, that there's too many egos. You know what I mean? Oh, look at myself. You know, aren't I wonderful? Aren't I marvellous? Aren't I magnificent? Do you see what I mean? But then when you look into, let's just say, you know, when some have known about and everything, do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies. And then, of course, you know, they want to be some of the ones, stumbling here, coming to the rescue, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes 2 and 2 does not add up to 4, if you get me, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Like I said, seems to be certain clubs. There we are. Certain clubs, you say, that only so many can join, if you know what I mean. But that doesn't include myself or yourselves, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? They all seem to be, there we are, in the same club, if you follow me, my delicious little babies. But you could tell with Dr. Judy that, there we are, she was getting a bit frustrated, my delicious little babies. You could tell. Do you know what I mean? Okay? Because, you know, she knows long time, and I've watched many a, there we are, video to do with this doctor, this scientist. Do you see what I mean? Okay? And she does, there we are, seem to know, God bless, what she's talking about. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, so that's the video, my delicious little babies, yes. And very lastly, yeah, if you go on to our lovely, and again, with anybody not in that way, our lovely David Icke, okay? He's on davidark.com, okay? Any search engine of your choice. He's also on BitChute. He's now up to 111.1 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. Lovely, jubbly, our lovely dear David, and your lovely dear little sons, Jamie and Gareth, okay? Now, yeah, he's done a video so many hours ago. I listened to it this morning, and he's talking about God, he's talking about religion, okay? I mean, this is not going to be for everybody. You see, for myself, I believe, there we are, in my own God. Do you see what I mean? And I will repeat it again. I've said it over the months, haven't I, my delicious little babies, mind you. There we are, I've said it for years. You know, I don't need to go into no church. You know, if I want to pray or whatever I want to do, I can do it in my own 4 walls. Or if I'm walking out my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday, because my beautiful and delicious little Maisie Moo can walk herself. You know, so if I want to say anything, or I want to talk to dear spirit or dear universe, you know, I can just do that while I'm out and about, or in my own 4 walls, in my noddle. Do you see what I mean? Okay, I don't need to go to no damn church. You know, there's lots of churches that sort of look this shape. You see what I mean, my delicious little babies, if you follow me. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, not everybody believes in God, and he's absolutely right. Absolutely right. I mean, I knew a beautiful dear lady, you know, wonderful dear lady, marvellous she was, honestly. You know, she's so beautiful. She can make the cat laugh. Her family, you know, absolutely, sons and daughters, absolutely adored her. You know, they still do today, okay? Even though, very sadly, God bless her beautiful dear little soul, she's no longer with us. You know, and how I loved her so as well, I still do. Do you know what I mean? I always will. God love her. Do you know what I mean? Wonderful dear lady, okay? Very down to earth. What you saw of her is what you got. Do you know what I mean? She never minced her words. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? And I always remember her saying, well, you know, and of course, you know, because anybody who believes in God, yes, okay, you will have some who they'll never sort of change in any way, if you know what I mean. But she actually said, you know, she said, well, if so many bad things happen, I'll never forget it, she said it to me decades ago. She said, if so many bad things happen, she said, well, where is the God? I never forget what she said. So when I was listening, stumbling again, when I was listening to our dear David now, I thought, yes, David, yeah, because it's absolutely true. I mean, we have, you know, lots of not so very nice things go on in the world. my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? So, you know, ones do have to ask, well, where is the God? Do you know what I mean? That's why I always say, even though I say God bless and everything like that, but for myself, I believe in my own little giddy God. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay? Because really, at the end of the day, and it's like, you know, when you're worshipping something now, do you know what I mean, okay? Well, really, we are our own saviours. And I've said that long time, my delicious little baby, so I will never change. Anyway, little Missy, she's walking around at the moment, so she's looking for something to eat, my delicious little baby. So I'm going to go, okay? So wherever you are in the world, sending your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected, okay? So whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, okay, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, okay, my delicious little babies. Yeah, so you just take care of yourselves now, okay? So much love. Thank you once again for any views, any likes. You know, God bless you. As long as you find the information that I give out, you know, most informative, you know what I mean, that could help others. But if you go on to BitChute, and I need to, just repeat this once again, and you want to share the video, once you're on BitChute, my delicious little babies, please and thank you. On the top right hand side, you'll see 3 little dots. If you please and thank you, click on there, scroll down, you'll see open in Chrome. Once you click on that, okay, you can then share the video. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes, you know, and then it'll be easy to share the video out, to send it to whoever you wish to send the videos to. Okay, my delicious little babies, but please as well, please do have a look at, as well as news and politics on BitChute, you know, health and medical as well. Do you see what I mean? Because sometimes you get some banging videos on health and medical as well. And it's with all different things. Could be blood pressure, could be diabetes. There's, you know, there's lots of different little videos that ones post out, bless them, do you see what I mean, okay, which could help others, do you see what I mean, okay, or certainly a more natural way of helping oneself, do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so until my next video, so much love, okay, God bless, take care, love you all, bye bye.